Hi, this is Diana Saunders of Xgensoft. Today we are going to look at creating your inventory listings in Rental Manager. You start from the main screen, click on Add Change Inventory. This opens to a blue inventory screen. It's empty, and blue means that this is where you would create a new inventory listing that's never been put into the program before. To show you what that looks like, we're going to change to edit mode. Here you have a green screen. We're going to find by category. Green screens mean that you are looking for information that is already in the program and where you can edit it. So clicking on the category of chairs, I can see all of the chairs that I have listed in my program. I'm going to choose my Chiavari chair, and I want you to take note that item code and description are written in blue and they are underlined, which means to Rental Manager that these two fields are mandatory. You must have them in. You will, the program will not work without them. And if you miss one of them, it will tell you that you need to put it in. Just a quick note about creating categories and item codes. Most people have their inventory categorized and organized in their warehouses. If you have not created item codes before, please just have a quick look at this. One of the easiest ways to do it, especially for equipment, party and event rental people, is to create the first letters of your inventory item code with the same letters as the beginning of your category. So, for example, when I see CH, I know that it's a chair. And then I use my description to add other identifying letters or numbers that will help me understand what that item code is and identify it. So you can see for each of my chairs, I've used the CH for chair, then I have used words from the description or letters from the description so that I know what it is. A really good example of this is the padded black chair, padded black. I always put the color or the size at the end and the category at the beginning. So coming back over here to my Chiavari chair, these are the other things that you would want to have in here. You want the quantity that you own. You are either renting this quantity or you are selling it. Units of measure. We have quite a few listed here. You may add any that you have that we don't and that you want. You do that simply in any of the pull-down tabs by writing the item that you want into the list. Just type it into the blank space in this tab, hit enter, and the program will take over and help you put it into the list. And that is any list that we have. This is extremely important. Treat as rental. So if you are renting it, take it off. That tells the program that it must track availability. If you are selling it, don't take it off. That tells the program that when you create an order and an invoice with this item in it, that it is to subtract the amount that you have, the quantity that you have in that invoice from the quantity owned, so that it reduces the number that you have in stock and you always know what you have in stock. We've already talked about the category. It's also a pull-down list. As said before, you can add all of your categories into the list and you can do it right from this screen. Unit price per rental period. So for this chair, we have $8.50 a day, $10 a weekend, $20 a week, $60 a month, These are the rental periods we have listed in the program: half day, day, weekend, week, month, 4 hours. You may add your own, any that you want that we don't have. To buy. This is the sale price. So if this is an item that you are selling and not renting, ignore treat as rental, don't tick it off, don't put in unit prices, put in a sale price. If it is an item that you rent but that you might sell at some point and you know what you want to charge for it, put in all of your rental information but also put in your sale price. And when you want to sell it instead of rent it, come in, untick treat as rental, and then the program will know it is to use the selling price. Deposit required. This field is for items that you absolutely want a very specific deposit amount for. So if you put that in here on the order sheet, it will tally up the deposit required for each of the items in the order. If you do just a blank overall deposit required, as in 25% of the order, then don't fill this in. Cost per unit, this is your replacement cost. When you fill this in, every time this item is rented and put into an order, this price shows up at the end of the inventory line to let you know what the replacement cost is if it comes back damaged or it is lost. Of course, having the supplier name is always a good idea. Helps you when you're ready to reorder. The applicable taxes refers to the taxes that you have listed in the Global User Preferences Financial section, and the ones that apply to this item will be ticked off. Lead and trail times. This allows you to set a time period, maybe a day or 2 days before your rental period or after it. They can be used for prep time and cleanup time, and the program tracks this time as well as the rental period when it is looking at availability. So for example, if you put one here and one here, the program would automatically, if you're renting for a weekend, which is 2 days, the program will add in a lead day and a trail day. So your rental period would become 4 days, and it would tell you that the inventory item was not available during that time. It's already rented out. The weight. This allows you to put in the weight per item. The program will then calculate the weight of the order for you. Very handy if you need to know how much weight you're putting in your trucks, or if you are shipping your orders, as in a linen supply company or a chair cover company, and you must know how much the order weighs before you can ship it. That's all there is to the basic information that you need for each rental item in your inventory listing. And this is what you would have in either Rental Manager 2 or 3. Now, the difference in the two programs is that Rental Manager 3 can keep track of serial numbers for any given item code. If you are going to use Rental Manager 2 and you need to keep track of the serial numbers, this is the way you would do it. You would create an individual item code for each serial number. That way, when that serial number goes out the door, it is right in your order and you can track where it is, who has it, when it's coming back. And it's really the only way that you can use Rental Manager 2 to track serial numbers. So you could use it for niche inventory such as mobile radios or smartphones, where you have a very specific kind of equipment and each time one of those pieces of inventory goes out your door, that serial number is very important to you. Now, in Rental Manager 3, what you can do is, I will just change my listing here. I'm going to go into my little beaver earth drill, and you know, we've got our item code, our description, and we have 4 of these, but I still want to track my serial number. So I come into here, add change serial numbers, click on it, and I can list all the serial numbers for that specific inventory item and model. I can also keep a maintenance record. I can keep my acquisition date and my usage reading, which all ties into the inventory maintenance and gets pulled into the program every time that serial number goes out. So when I pull my little beaver earth drill into an order, I can use a pull down tab on that order line and choose the serial number that I am sending to that customer, and it will track the usage on that serial number, and it will track it in here as you start to use the program. That's all there is to creating inventory items in either program. The maintenance tracking we will deal with in a different tutorial because it will take time. I'm closing the door. That takes me back to my main edit screen for inventory. One more thing to mention: if you are looking at a demo program and you want to create some inventory items, just come into your blue screen, create several items, and then go to add or change quotes, orders, and invoices, and start playing with order creation. If you are ready to buy a program, rather than entering all of your inventory manually, unless you have a small inventory listing, please check with us regarding an Excel inventory import, and we will help you get an Excel sheet that you can get all of your inventory into. We will help you make sure that it's set up properly and it will import into the program. So that's all there is to inventory in Rental Manager. Thank you very much. Have a great day.